He moved to the veteran of the bunch. He's got a 151-69 career mark with 17 playoff wins. He's also coached at Bayside, Norcom, and Salem, but he's now the head football coach, and I know he's waiting for my burning question, of the Landstown Eagles, Robert Jackson. Let's welcome him.
You need some help?
Yeah.
That was hard. I used to go sprint uphill, but now it's like, I gotta watch where I step so I don't trip. All right. Thank you, Matt. I want to bring you greetings from Landstown High School and our principal, Dr. Johnson. I always enjoy coming to this event. I've been doing it a while. You know, I had a quick story. I was thinking about what I would say up here. I remember when it was the crying towel and you would get up here and I would tell stuff, and you know, my quick story, and Mr. Edwards, I promise it's clean, because I remember I told a joke one year, and when I got back to school, it was, we need to see you in the office, please. So I said, okay, we won't do that no more. But, you know, I'm lying. I'm not really excited, but I'm excited about football season again. We have a very young team, probably one of the young. I think this team reminds me of when I opened Landstown way back when it opened, and we had a bunch of freshmen and sophomores, and you know, guys like Percy Harvin and all those guys were young kids, and this team reminds me a lot of that. I know we're going to be starting. I can probably tell you the seniors we'll start. We probably start 3 seniors. The rest of them will be freshmen and sophomores, and sprinkle a junior in there. I had one senior who didn't come out, and I was on the field, and he sent me a text. Coach, he missed all the spring, he missed all the summer work. Sent me a text like last week, Coach, I want to come back. And I'm like, really? So, of course, I didn't respond, and he showed up. And I said, well, why you want to come back? And he said, well, I said, why didn't you come? And he said, I lost the passion. It wasn't fun anymore, and this kind of stuff. I said, well, what made it not fun? Well, all the running and the lifting and all that kind of stuff. I said, well, you do know we still run and we still lift. That part hasn't changed. I said, but I could agree. I agree. I said, I understand you lost the passion, but I want to let you know I lost the passion every time I watched you play. So we can agree that because you lost passion with your work ethics, I lost passion watching you play. So I'm trying to make a decision on whether to let this guy back or not. I still haven't told him anything. But I guess that's what high school football has come to now. you just got, I heard Coach say he didn't mince any words. So I'm finding that I had to adapt my style to not mincing words and just being honest with kids, because it's different. Social media has the game tricked up. It's different. You have parents who really think, I heard you ask a question about recruiting, and everybody thinks their child is a Division I athlete, but they have Division nothing work ethics. So, you know, we're going to do our part. And, you know, on a serious note, I still believe, and I know we got a great group. The Beach has a great group of coaches, and I know coaches from every city. You know, been friends with them a long time. And the Beach has some of the better coaches, and I'm talking about just as people. And I think we all kind of model our systems the same way. We're not going to set kids up when they walk across that stage and get a diploma. You know, the wins will be the wins. But we're not gonna set a kid up when they walk across that stage and they get out here in an unforgiving world, and then they look back saying, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. And I think that's one of the biggest things they can get from us as coaches. I believe that back then, when I was under Coach Landstown, who was my mentor, and I believe it now, that we're going to, just like the rest of these coaches, I hear them talk and all, we're not going to lower our standards. You're going to have to rise up to our standards. We're not going to lower them. And just like anybody else, I want to win too. I hate to lose a fingernail. But we want to win, but it's not going to be at the expense of losing a kid. And I mean that with all sincerity. And back then, when I used to come to these things, I always had a joke to tell or something. But when you get to my age, I'm sitting over here thinking, you tripped me up when you said we're going to go backwards. And I had tried to do my ABCs backwards and couldn't figure out where I fell in the order. So then I saw Ocean Lakes win. I said, okay, M, are there any M's in the room? And no, so I told John, I guess I'm next.
Keep on your toes. That's a nice ring you got there. I might trade you mine for. Oh no, you won't trade me for. Hey, in all seriousness, last question. You mentioned about the passion, and it's different. I know from when you started to now. You coach college ball. You coach high school football. What do you love most about coaching high school football right now in 2024?
Right now, I like the young coaches. I'm at that stage now where all I do is take the picture. I try to go out and get young coaches. If I look back at my tree of coaches, I've had right many head coaches come off my tree, that were with me and went on to be head coaches. And I enjoy that aspect. As a head coach, head coaches coach coaches, coaches coach kids. So we meet after every practice, and I have all the coaches go and talk about their position and talk about things. I don't want any yes men in the room, but like I tell them, everything I say is not right, but everything I say ain't wrong either. So, because sometimes I just had a conversation with my coaches last night and told them, as long as I've been doing this, sometimes, we've had some success in this game with some coaches I've had. But I see a lot of coaches, they come in, all they have are answers. I told them last night, none of y'all have questions. You ain't been coaching that long, so you should have some questions about and talk to people. And I told them that's where our country is now. We're so quick to just discard our elderly, and I'm in that elderly range now, discard their knowledge. And I had kids in my class talking about they'd rather listen to their 14 or 15-year-old friend than listen to an adult. So, to answer your question, I enjoy watching younger coaches come through the ranks. And I enjoy watching coaches come through and they're doing it right. And their kids are having success in life, period. You mentioned my ring. I only wore it because I was coming here. But it was in my glove compartment the whole time. Because it really, I can take this ring and just set it down, and it's just a ring. But when I get a call from Big Dave Thompson, or I get a call from John White, or I get a call from Lindale Gibson, or Bucky, or I can name guys who weren't stars and they call, hey coach. That means a whole lot. The wins will come and go, but those lifelong relationships you build, that's what I love about this game.
Priceless.